my system's being real weird. What's up, guys? What is the deal? I love Ken's theme. That music you hear is Ken's theme, and that's like my favorite. And I opened up with the Mortal Kombat theme music from the arcade. How is everybody doing? I'm sorry I've been away for a little bit with no content. Well, no, I made 2 videos yesterday, but I haven't been really, I'd say, totally consistent with things, and I apologize to you for that. I really have been pretty overwhelmed by the headlines, to be honest with you. And like, there's been some drama. At the first fucking live show, I try to go back with Brett here, and I just want to reiterate, like, I want to reiterate that I support Brett Keane, and I love Brett Keane. That's not going to change, even if Brett gets mad at me. I don't know if that's the case. I hope we're okay, Brett. I see that you've done an expose video on Shabisky here. That's apparently a scammer. I'll let people sort that out. But the first stream is like, look, can we talk for a second? I really need to talk to you for a minute here, okay? I am a content creator that is demanding to know the truth about Epstein stuff. I care about this issue, the whole abusing minors thing. It bothers me. Why is my mic so hot? Whoa. Hang on a minute. Whoa. Alright, wow, that's still super hot. I am sorry about my mic being extremely hot. It shouldn't be that hot. Alright, it's at negative 14 dB. Sorry. Sometimes this preamp gets really hot for some reason. I'm negative 20 dBs now. Alright, negative 18. We're locking it there. Whoa, I'm sorry, folks. I've been enjoying being away for a while in terms of the headlines and news and stuff. Because it's just too much for my mind, to be honest with you. And everybody's going about their everyday lives still like everything's normal. I'm sure, I know there's protests out there, but the fact of the matter is that I don't think there's enough protests because we're still allowing the guy that's in there to be there. And we got to do something. What are we going to do? I'm pushing impeachment movement for sure. There's so many things that you could get him on. Just to pull it on the tariffs and say that he's out of his mind and he's wrecking the economy deliberately. There's so many things you can get him on. Any number of issues at this point. It's time. Okay? So, Shanny and I have really been just escaping into like I Am Krusty gaming videos of just, laughing. Because at this point it's so egregious, everything. It's insane. So what I wanted to do, I want to go here, I want to go TYT, and I'm going to their latest videos, and I'm going to pull one. God, there's so much probably going on, I don't even, it's wrong and crazy and insane and just gross and bad. Right-wing meltdown over candidate's handful of rice. I'm not doing it. Are they actually talking about Memdani and using his hands for rice? That's racism. Belichick's girlfriend hustle. Bill Belichick. I don't care about that. O'Leary shocked. Defends Trump. Trashes Epstein concerns. Oh, we have a traitor there for sure. DNC's fight song. What is the DNC doing? Alex Jones snaps 6 hours ago. Let's see. Alex Jones. What are you doing, Alex? You're snapping on everybody? Good. He's flipping. Calls Magma Movement a cult. Holy shit. Okay. 6 hours ago, guys. Really? I am very happy to see this. Are you serious? Gotta turn my volume up for me.
the most self-destructive temper tantrum stuff, and is the equivalent of going off the coast of San Diego and just for a day throwing rotten chicken blood into the ocean. Great white sharks will show up, probably in a few hours.
I seen that clip.
Today, Alex Jones stated that President Donald Trump is engaging in a self-destructive temper tantrum over the backlash toward the administration for refusing to release the Epstein files. And he had a lot more criticism of Trump where that came from. Jake, I'm going to just immediately toss to you because enjoy your victory lap.
This is an old clip. Could I get a new clip, guys? We'll watch it together, but this is old.
Go ahead.
Yeah. No, guys, look, this is really important. It isn't about, we were right, and literally every other, not literally, and not every, but most other left-wing hosts that told you they'll never turn, they'll all agree 100% with Trump on everything, they're a cult, etc. Or, yeah, they were wrong, and they could move the goalposts. They're not saying slate.
They're absolutely wrong. There's lots of MAGA people that are actually anti-war. They fucking hate the military-industrial complex. They want to end the Federal Reserve. You know why? Because a lot of them are info warriors, MAGA people. But the awake info warriors are definitely not MAGA anymore because Trump is clearly a ringer. He was not a populist ever. He hung out with Hillary Clinton and Bill Clinton and fucking New York elites. He was never a true conservative. We were had. You just got to admit it. And I think Alex is starting to get there to admit it.
Queen to Kamala Harris, so it doesn't count. Okay, whatever. You can do whatever you want. That's not. But if that for you guys out there that aren't in this silly media games and stuff, we need to win over independent voters. We're not going to win over Alex Jones. You crazy? Okay,
but that's not true. That's not fucking true. Okay, Jenk, you're wrong. I've reviewed this once. And I said this to you before. Of all the clips I could choose, they pick a clip that I fucking actually seen. Okay, hang on a second. Let's see. I seen this. We're going to go, okay, is this new? He calls it a cult. Let's see this. Okay. I'm going to go back a little bit. Here we go. Okay, here. The temper tantrum. Okay, this is ending.
And there were no clients, right? So, but the second important thing is, you saw Alex Jones there a day or two ago, scrambling to find an excuse for Trump. But as you'll see today, he's saying, nope, I gave him a layup on that, and he still wouldn't take it. So now the break is even worse than it was before.
So apparently, some of the comments that Trump has been making recently in regard to his own base have...
As soon as Alex starts to actually come out and say what's going on now, it's over for Trump. Like, I think even the most hardcore MAGA will turn on him once Alex is actually actively anti-Trump. That's going to push a certain button. The truthers, the real ones that are still left, have already been going, Alex, what the fuck is your deal, man? You're carrying water for this piece of shit. Okay, they're going to come back to Alex when Alex finally fully goes, fuck this guy, and MAGA's a cult. It looks like he said it, so let's see.
Basically been the final straw for Alex Jones. Now, he says that it was the last straw, and let's watch Alex Jones accuse Trump of treating his supporters like a cult.
Here we go.
Your statements about, you people that bring this up don't even deserve to be involved in this movement. You are excommunicata. You are henceforth ex cathedra from the mouth of the God King. You are expelled from the Church of the Holy Golden Toad, Donald John Trump.
I've seen this.
Well, I was never in the Church of the Holy Golden Toad. I was never in a cult. And I never said MAGA was a cult. I said a lot of people want it to be a cult.
Yeah, you may have not have been a part of the cult, Alex, but guess what? You stood up for the cult leader. It doesn't matter if you considered yourself a part of the Trump cult. That's dumb. Of course you didn't consider yourself a member of the cult. You were just one of the fucking snakeheads of the cult. You remember that MAGA poster you put out, Alex? I bought one because it was badass design. And it had Trump in the center, the God King fucking toad, Trump. and around him was you and Milo Yiannopoulos, and fucking who else was on the poster? Alex, you tell me. You tell me who else was on that poster. That was a cool poster, but man, it was fucking all a lie. It didn't. I think Laura Loomer was on the poster too. Holy shit. You may not have been a cult member, Alex, but you were actually one of the heads of the cult. Unfortunately, you see the bullshit.
If he starts saying I'll excommunicate people, well, you're not allowed, even unless it's a cult, to say to people.
Alex, do you still play on your channel the Cult of Personality song by Living Color? Because that's exactly what Trump is, and you know that. Trump is 100% cult of personality lie. You know that. You should have been saying it for fucking a year or longer. No, you should have been saying this after the bullshit of Trump going fuck everybody in prison from January 6th. You let those guys rot for a while, right, Alex? I mean, Badandi was pissed. The real truthers was like, why isn't he pardoning Jan 6 people? Like, right away. The next day pardon them. He still had power. January 6th, that he just let him go to jail and rot. Why are you fucking morons on the alt-right still supporting him? He pissed all over you at the end. Stuart Rhodes, he pissed right in your face. Dude. Proud Boys leader, fucking, what's your name? I talked to him once, I think, or twice, maybe. The head of the Proud Boys, what's his fucking name? Biggs. Fucking Biggs. You guys, he all pissed in your mouths. You know that, Trump? You were like good prostitutes, and he's just like, line them up, you know? You just pissed in all of your mouths, and you said, oh, more, daddy. Looks like Jones has had enough piss in his mouth and weirdness in his butt.
You either agree with everything I do and don't question things, or you're not in our club. I don't want you. Well, that kind of sounds like a thoroughbred cult to me.
That's what it is, Alex.
Yeah, and look, to be quite frank, it was a cult
Yes.
in Trump's first term.
Mm-hmm. Well, okay.
Trump,
No, look, all due respect to Anna, yeah, it had the elements of the cult of personality shit going on in it. But the fact of the matter is that Trump was not unhinged and deranged to this level in the first term. He got mentally weird towards the end of his first term, and I think that's why Biden took it, if it wasn't stolen, which I don't think it was. I think Biden legitimately won, because people were like, what is this shit? Trump is weird. You know, but then somehow he convinced people to pull a lever for him again. I didn't. I voted for Kamala Harris in 2024. I don't know what the fuck, but that's not exactly fair, Anna. I don't think that's fair. He wasn't as fucking deranged as he is now.
managed to cobble together a pretty fragile coalition in his second term. And those people aren't buying his BS, and they're not going to be bullied.
I buy that Trump probably cheated in 24. I've seen evidence that Kamala Harris was fucked out of a lot of votes based on they were using voter intimidation tactics and pushing people away at the polls indirectly. Republican op. It's looking that way, possibly, okay? I've seen evidence of actual weirdness with the 24 election.
Into dropping something that they obviously care deeply about. And by the way, one more video before I go to you, Cenk, because Jones also admitted that members of Trump's orbit are actively trying to make him drop the story.
Ha!
I don't want power. I don't want to be in tuxedos at Mar-a-Lago. I don't want to be at the White House. I've already been invited. I had the White House calling me this morning. That's a whole other thing. Bunch of big heavy hitters calling. And, you know, it's like, what do you want, Alex? How can we make you happy? And I'm like, can Trump please stop destroying himself and us with him? Well, yeah, he does what he thinks is best. Streisand effect, yeah, we know. Yeah, you know, don't you? You know I'm right.
Damn. So there's Alex Jones publicly admitting that members of Trump's administration are hitting him up and basically trying to trade favors so Alex Jones drops the story. And I guess to his credit, I mean, clearly he's not dropping it. So, Cenk, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, and that's because his own audience is livid. Because if he dropped the story, then he'd be right next to Trump in the sellout line, right?
Yeah.
So the vote, remember what we always said.
See, I mean, I think Cenk has given him too much fucking cover on that. He's already in a traitor line. It's time for him to repent and say, I've been wrong, and say Trump is Hitler, and say, I'm sorry, I fucked up bad. But now I'm going to tell you the truth about this guy. I'm not going to cover for him anymore. It's time to fucking tell the truth to the American people that this guy's a piece of shit tyrant, and I was lied to, and everybody was lied to about him being a populist. That's what needs to happen now. It's enough dog shit with this psycho.
In the politicians, you want to blame media figures, that makes a lot of sense. And you want to, so that's why when sometimes people beat up on us, that's okay. We're in the game, right? But don't beat up on the voters, because those same voters are now even pushing Alex Jones to, you better not support Trump on this issue, right? And that's huge. I watched the whole thing. And
and the Iran war bullshit with Bibi Netanyahu Israeli war to get us involved, to fucking get our hands in another goddamn Middle East fucking piece of shit debacle. No, you say no to it. Anybody that wants to vote for war with Iran should be immediately thrown out of the fucking Congress. Okay? And especially anybody trying to pimp it like fucking John Bolton. I say get Bolton, man. What a piece of shit. If he's got any kind of documents he shouldn't have, put him in jail for life. He's a fucking neocon psychopath that wants war with everybody to make money for the military-industrial complex. Neocon psychopath.
Excuse that Alex Jones has set up earlier with, why don't you just say the Democrats destroyed the files, right? Which is, by the way, he's not wrong about, he's wrong that that's what happened. He's obviously making it up ex post facto, right?
Yeah.
But he's not wrong that that would have been the right excuse, the right lie, right? But so Alex Jones serves it up on a silver platter to Trump, and Trump's like, no, I'm not going to say that.
Right.
I'm going to say that they're non-existent and fake, and anyone who asks for it, like all of my voters, are terrible people.
Wow.
And stupid
and disloyal, right?
You think Alex Jones is going to cut the throats of his entire audience for the sake of this fucking guy's ego? There's no way he's going to do that. Nobody would listen to Alex anymore if he fucking licks asshole this clearly. Come on.
Okay, poll out today, Anna. 79% of all Americans say release the Epstein files.
Yeah.
83% of Republicans, larger than the national average, say release the Epstein files. Is Donald Trump involved in a cover-up? An astounding 59% of his own voters say yes.
Wow.
Wow. I mean,
so how do you support a cocksucker that you know he's covering for a pedophile? Hello? And that's why with Brett, I love Brett forever, but I'm going to say right now, I'm not going to sit in the room with a convicted guy that did stuff like that. I'm not going to do it because I care about the issue of Epstein, that I'm hashtagging pretty much every description that we demand to know about Epstein. Okay, I care about. Like, I don't put this label on my channel that you see with the "Where are the children?" for no reason. Like, I actually do care about where the fuck are all the children. All of these missing children, how many that you have at the end of the year? There's something wrong. You didn't hear one thing about kids in the Diddy trial. Wow. You know, Allie Carter's right. So I'm not going to be a hypocrite. I'm not going to sit in a room with a guy that did this stuff on record, on paper, and go, I care about the victims of Epstein. I can't have both of that. Anybody, I saw a person call that out on X, and I'm like, holy shit, you're right. I mean, you just are correct. Shame on me. I say fucking I messed up. And I was sitting in the company of a disgusting freak, that I do care about the Epstein victims. And I would never knowingly be in the presence of a person that's like that. Period.
Come on, guys. If you thought they were never going to break with him, can I get a tiny bit of honesty without moving goalposts? So,
in fact, let me add to that, Cenk, because our member Sutton writes in and says the conservative subreddit is livid over this. There is no daylight between the American people on this issue.
No, there isn't.
Which is why I keep repeatedly making the point that the Epstein files really isn't a partisan issue. Anyone who's trying to make it a partisan issue is a hack.
I agree.
The American people, meaning ordinary people, in my opinion, I know that there's going to be disagreement, but I don't care. I think most people are good people, they're kind people, and when they see an injustice, like with what happened in this whole Epstein debacle, they want answers.
Yeah.
And I think this is a perfect example of how most Americans are in line when it comes to justice, fairness, rule of law. So we'll see what happens, but I don't.
They should have already been pissed off with the fact of the matter that he had a bunch of business dealings, Trump, that he was fraudulent, and it was proven in court that he engaged in fraud, and pretty much all of his court cases that he had against him were dropped. I guess Biden goes pardon. That's the country because he won. Pardon. Drop everything. We're just going to allow orange orangutan Hitler to be president. And that's what you got. You got it's insane. And he's just going to keep doing whatever the fuck he wants as long as nobody actually stands up and says, no, fuck, this is America. This isn't some banana republic bullshit. And we're going to allow this cocksucker to just step all over the system and put his dirty diapers all over the White House. Right now, he's just sitting in shit in the White House, in the Oval Office, going, Melania, they don't like me anymore. What am I supposed to do? And then she's nowhere around. But he's just calling for Melania all day now, and she's not even in the White House anymore. She's at some pool house with a 25-year-old guy and getting banged by some 25-year-old man while he's in the White House whining about his popularity and going on X and Truth Social and posting nonsense and asking for a steak on a plate and McDonald's hamburgers, and he throws them at the wall in anger. And he goes, why isn't Putin ending the war? He's just freaking out like a child. Impeach the fucking piece of shit, and then we got J.D. Vance for a while, and then we'll see what we can do to get them out. Fucking bullshit.